It's all right. All right, folks, got a little bit of late night racing action. This is going to be the NASCAR National Series. It's the Class D K&N Series at Darlington. 30-lap race. I'm starting P3 in the number 5 car. The guys in front of me are only a 10th quicker, so there is a possibility that I'll have a shot at the win in this one, but I would be very happy with just a good solid top 5 finish, because I haven't been able to get a top 5 all week. But hopefully I'll be able to stack some on at the back half of this week. Starting to think that maybe I should do a little bit better or a little bit different regimen with this and do, you know, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, do practice.
14's going to give us a black flag.
All right, here we go. Just waiting for on the 2.
14, you got to get up here. You're going to give everyone a black flag.
There's the green.
Okay. All right, I'm processing.
6 is really pressing the issue.
Sorry, I didn't know that. I thought I could get out everyone's way. First race, that's all.
Yeah, my race is already ruined because of you. Inside.
Mate, apologies.
Letting the 8 go as well. I do not want to race side by side
Yeah, you're blanking a lot, by the way.
into 3. So I let a couple of them go on the first lap, fell back to 5th place. It's okay. I'm running this for the long run.
How come you got a black flag because I pulled out?
Because it was before the start.
Yeah, you can't hold everything. Hold on. That's what happens to the flag. Black flag.
Yeah, or don't qualify or start from 5th. Miss the start. One of those two is the best option.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I understand now, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, that's illustrating a good point. Really the best thing you can do if you don't want to, you know, if you want to start, you have the option to start from the pit lane. You just don't hit the grid, or you hop out of the car and let the grid timer pass. Then you can start from pit lane. But really, best thing to do is, you know, go ahead, start the race, and then try to get over to the inside if you want, and you can let folks buy down on the apron. Oh my goodness, they're wrecking in front of me. 6 and the 8 just took each other out. That's why you don't race side by side through these corners.
Inside clear.
6 has a good bit of damage. It's too bad that the 14 got a bunch of folks black flagged there.
8, you're going to dive bomb it in.
All those guys. And honestly, the 6 has some blame to share for that too. Perhaps. Probably not. I don't know. I need to see the replay. The 8's really diving it in there, but kind of need to recognize if a guy's going to be on the inside. Both drivers are responsible for not going into these corners side by side. You can do it, but it's a really risky proposition. All right, so I'm running 3rd right now, about a straightaway behind the first 2, 6.6 and 4 seconds respectively. I'm not going to press the issue too much and overdrive the car. Last thing I want to do is throw away a 3rd place with a silly wreck. This is a great opportunity to kind of just sit in the pocket. I'm pretty safe here, and just focus on paying attention to what the car is doing and learn how those tires change over the 30 laps. That information is invaluable in future races. And I always like to stress, you know, practicing during the races is a fantastic thing to do. And right now, so I'm just playing with my line, driving clean, making sure that I don't wreck the car, feeling out the tires, so it really does feel slippery through 3 and 4. So a big part of that is just getting comfortable with where you can drive the car through that corner. 1 and 2, I'm easing up a little bit on the throttle, not pressing it super hard. And I know that I want to be right out by the wall in 3 and 4, so I'm just kind of feeling it out. I'm not entering as high as I can because I'm just giving myself a little bit of room to, you know, let the car slide a little bit in case it wants to. I don't want to overdrive it, but I also don't want to hit the wall if I make a slight mistake. 2 and 3 have first and second pretty well decided. I've got some pressure from behind for third, but not a ton, and I feel like those guys are likely to fall off behind me as the tires wear too. As long as I can run teen, I think they'll probably slip a couple times, and even if they don't spin out, they'll lose traction a few times, and I'll be able to pull away if I just keep running smooth and take care of my stuff. 8's going to go down to the inside. Thank you, 8.
Third place.
8, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Looks like Alec just had some trouble with the levers.
20, come on.
Make sure your race isn't ruined on lap 1. Actually, before the start.
Yeah, I still got 4 on that shit, though.
Not sure where this guy's going. Yeah, 20, man, you need to pick a lane, dude. Either outside or in, but don't ride down the back straight just right in the middle of the track. Guy's probably in his first or second race or something like that. Just doesn't understand. You really learn on your trial by fire. The only way to get better at it is to do it more. But you know, learning how to be respectful lap car, learning how to stay out of trouble in general, those are all things that you learn in the race, and you just gain experience with it all over time. But it is really frustrating when you're racing up front and lap cars don't give adequate room or yield to you.
Thanks.
Let's hope this 8. I always get nervous when it's a D-class bumper because those are the guys that have the least experience. There we go. He's going to pull down to the inside.
Good job.
And I've actually got a race on my hand here. The 10's right on my tail. And I'm trying to possibly gain on Alec. Since he's got a little bit of damage now, I might actually be able to run him down as this race goes along, provided I don't get damaged by myself. So that was a bad place to catch the 18. He really slowed me up a little bit. But you know, I'd rather lose a few tenths of a seconds than throw the race away, so not taking any big risks getting around a lap car right now. I had a little bit of time to give.
Thanks a lot.
10 takes a look, thinks better of it. Looks like that really messed up his entry. The 6 got back by him even.
Where do you want me at, leader?
10, what happened to you there, dude?
Are you talking to me?
No, I was talking to the 10.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
He was just right on my tail, and then it looked like he lost it or something. He fell way back.
Yeah, he got loose. Turn 3.
Yeah, I got loose.
It's easy to do here. All right, I got to buckle down and stop chatting with
when
them
the
and start
tires
racing.
go, they go.
Tires go bye-bye quickly.
Yeah, there ain't much tire here.
That's why it's really important to take care of them. It's starting to get really twitchy coming off of 4 there. I'm maintaining pace with Alec right now. Some of that might be I might have taken care of my tires better than he did, and some of that could be that damage that he got from that contact. He's definitely not as fast as he was earlier in the race. Thank you, 16. Just riding it out by that wall.
Inside.
Picked up the throttle a little bit too late there. I'll let the 6 have it going into 1. Not going to race him side by side for it. I'll expect the same courtesy if I can get back to him, though. Although the laps are winding down, so if I'm going to catch him, it's going to have to be might have to be a bold move to get back by.
Man, I'm killing my own
Jared
safety right
Mogard's gone up to, climbed all the way back to 5th. He probably got that same black flag from the 14 as well. Or he might have figured out how to get behind him and avoid it. Hey, One, did you get the black flag earlier too? Have you fought all the way back from that? Looks like I'm faster than the 6 through.
No, I don't think the 1 got
1
a
and
black
2.
flag. I think he was right in front of that on the restart or on the start.
Gotcha. 6 got the wall, and that time, unlike the race that I did a couple nights ago, I was able to dodge the wreck without
Man,
damage.
that tire wear is really weird.
I think I've actually gained a little bit on Alec these last couple laps too.
That's a lot different than usual.
It's way different than the NASCAR series for the trucks and Xfinity side.
Tempo.
Laps winded down. Not going to catch Alec unless he has a big mistake. My main focus right now is just trying to keep the 6 behind me. And the 1, he's really coming too.
5 to go.
Thank you, appreciate it.
5 laps to go. You know, through 1 and 2, I'm fine. It's 3 and 4 where I need to just drive it a little bit better. Kept the 6 at bay that time. Lost it a little bit coming off 4, but the 6 got into the wall there. That slowed up the one. He's still in front of the one. That's very good for me. Catching up to this lap car here. It's the 8 again. He should give room. He did last time. Just holding it steady. I could probably pick up the throttle quicker than that, but I really don't want to. There we go. The one's going to yield. That's good. Or the 8's going to yield, sorry. The one's falling back. We're going to get the white flag this time by, and I should be able to hold on to 3rd place. With a clean run. Just got to keep it clean this last lap. Through 1 and 2. There we go.
Real smart.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Problem.
Just got to hold there. Boom, boom.
The one edge of the direct guys.
One
Didn't
inside.
quite get it. Held him. Nice race, 6.
Check a flag in the hand out here.
I wouldn't have hit the wall 972 times.
Yeah, everybody, solid work. Way to be patient.
That's a podium finish, and that's a race at Darlington without hitting the wall once. I'm telling you guys, there's a whole lot to just driving clean. It helps immensely. That'll be a boost for the I rating and the safety rating, and maybe some decent points. Strength of field wasn't too bad there. Darken up that standings box and probably raise it up a little bit more so that everything comes through clean, but that's pretty good. Nicaraguan 661, what up, man? We'll do
We're coming through about a truck. Coming your
a
way.
little bit of a recap of this deal.
Thanks. Good job tonight.
Show the standings and then call it quits here. Alrighty. Hey, Nicaraguan, you got the top 5 bet too. Just got out of C trucks. Bad pit one from 4th to 6th, thanks, finished 7th. Well, that's a good rebound at least. Nice job picking up that bet win. It's a good deal. Alrighty, so we're going to walk back through this. Just go straight back to the start, where I didn't get away super clean. 6 gets by me on the outside, and I'm running a little bit conservative at the start here. Let the 8 get by too. Just taking care of my stuff, making sure that I don't spin it early, which happened to me in an earlier race. 6 is working on the 3, but ends up falling back. There's the 2 of Andrew Schwartz. Congrats to him. He just ran away with this thing. He's already been in the wall too. But he was pretty quick the entire race. Alec working 3rd and Paul Johnson, or Alec working 2nd, Paul Johnson 3rd, Ian Yaki 4th, and I'm running 5th. Now Ian's going to get closed up on Paul here. If we wind it forward a little bit. There we go, the wreck's happened. So, sorry, that was a little bit jittery. But he's tracking him down. See you later, Nicaraguan. I'm just going to finish up this highlight here. Thanks for watching. Gets to run down to the inside. See, this is what I mean. Paul probably should have lifted out. That wreck I'm going to put more on Paul than I am on Ian, actually. I thought, you know, pulling the slide job in there, that's exactly how you're supposed to do it. So, I don't know. At this point, it's Ian's corner. He's been faster. Smart move for Paul to do would be to lift and let him have the line. Watch it from Ian's cockpit view here. But Darlington, you should really know that you can't go too wide through these corners. You really don't want to do that. Ian's got to move to the inside. The smartest thing for Paul to do there is lift, because he knows that Ian's likely going to pull the slide job. And this is just not a comfortable feeling. You're sitting here, you want to get down, and you're watching all these guys come by, and you're just hoping one of them doesn't just come through and cream you and end your race. Although his race was already over. Let's go check it out from a couple different angles. I mean, it's a racing deal, but Ian should theoretically be able to hold it down there, but it's really tough. You're committed when you come in. And with more, you know, Paul should know that. Then again, at the same time, I do see Ian's got that D-class bumper, so he's probably relatively new to this Darlington stuff, and he'll learn how to recognize when the guy isn't lifting and make that corner better. What's up, Alec? Good race, man. What are your thoughts on this deal, by the way? Alec, you were in this same race. I think that, you know, this one's clearly shared fault, but the best way to avoid this deal is that the 6 should see this run that the 8 has. And usually if I'm the 6 here, especially on lap 4, I'm lifting going into the corner, and I'm going to let the 8 slide up in front of me. I didn't think that it was a best decision making to race him into turn 3 like that. Clearly, you know, when they're still side by side, the 8 shouldn't come up until he's clear. But you gotta be expecting, you know, I don't know. I usually expect a guy to give room, and I usually give room in that situation. Thanks for Paula. Cranky Puppet, I mean, I think it's a little bit better running 60 FPS. Most video, I was talking with one of my buddies at work. Most video drivers don't handle it. Don't handle anything above 60 anyway, so it's just wasting frames to put it up there. Clamping at 60, I've felt keeps things visually smoother. I get less stutters and things like that. Paolo, you were in there, man? Where were you? That was a good race. So, Alec, let's go up. I wanted to cover your incident with the lap car. There we go. Oh, yeah, this 20 car was something else. Finished 9th. Ouch. Yeah, see, the 20 got into the wall too. But yeah, he was a tough one to get around. There's not a lot you can do there. You did your best to try to get around that. Lap cars were pretty good for the most part. I didn't have too much trouble with them. Yeah, man, I'd recommend it. 5X. I had a lot of races like that at Darlington. Yeah. And then I had my own incident with the 20 here right after that. I got kind of ticked off at him. I think it was the on the back straight next time through. Yeah, here it is. I got on him a little bit for this because I'm coming down the back straight and he's running right in the middle, so I don't really have room to the outside, but not much room to the inside either. Yeah, the biggest piece of advice is that I can give for Darlington is don't try to catch people. You know, really just run your own race. That's a lot better. See, the 20 comes all the way out to the high side, and then he's riding right in the middle, so I have to go to the inside because there just isn't enough room to the outside. No, my graphics are not maxed out. I'm running medium detail on cars and pit objects, and that's just so that I can see the pit crew animations. And everything else I put low. I have stuff go out, you know, certain distance and things like that. So I could probably optimize these settings a little bit better, but that's how I have my graphic settings. Anyway, I don't think there was a good bit of action. Let's see. Here's the 10 catching me. Takes a look to the inside, and I was curious about what happened here. Oh, he loses it in 2. That allows the 6 to get around. He really got squirrely. Yeah, honestly, so this starts back here. He gets a good run off 3, and honestly, sticking his nose down to the side of me isn't a bad move. But because he enters low, he goofs up his entry. That gets the car out of shape, and that's what causes that mistake there. I notice he's got a D-class bumper on the back there too. You'll get better at that with experience. I want the fastest one out there in this race, but I was really making it my mission to just run clean. So then this race ended up coming down to a pretty good battle between me and the 6. He ends up reeling me in here. And I'm going to show a pretty good example of what I was talking about right here. Same corner that the 6 had his trouble with the 8 in. He's going to get a good run down the back straight, side by side. We're about the same positioning going into 3 as he was. But I back off, let him go. He slides up, clean as can be. Just didn't see the sense in fighting it. So, you know, take a look at how different this is versus what we were watching between the 6 and the 8. So I know the 6 has a run. He goes down to the inside. I let off. He goes through. That's actually into 1 and 2, but it's the same principle. There's just not a lot of sense in racing people side by side through these corners. You're just going to end up slowing. Best case scenario, you slow both cars down. Worst case scenario, you get a big wreck. Oh. Heard someone hitting the wall somewhere. Not sure where that was. Anyway. So I continue on. I'm trying to track down the 6. Do close in on him a bit, and then he ends up hitting the wall. Close it down, and boom. He's going to slide up. A little bit too high. Gets in the wall. Scraping along the wall, I cut the car down to the inside. And I'm through. Don't overreact. Slow down a little bit to give yourself more time to react. Get the position back. He closed down on me again, and then I had, I'm going to take this out to TV2 because I know that he's right behind me there. And then the one was closing in, and he was coming hard too. We're on 5 to go right now. This race was heating up and getting pretty intense. I'm feeling the pressure. I'm running third, and I'd like to hold that. I don't want to wreck the car over driving it. But I'd really like to hold these guys behind me, so I'm trying to push it just hard enough so that he can't get a run on me going down the back straightaway. He's going to take a peek going into 3. I'm actually going to fast forward because I see that we're running out of time. He hit the wall again there, though. And I think that the one got slowed up by that as well and lost it down to the apron. But he's going to close back down on me. The one loses it again. And we are going to be side by side at the finish line, which I'm going to have to save the replay and go ahead and grab that because I do want to show that side by side finish. That was something else. Quick look at the results here. 34 iRating up to a 3278, plus 0.14 safety rating, 93 points. Not bad at all. So let's pull that replay back up. As I get more experienced at this, I will get better at these finer production details. Should also take a look at what was going on with the 14 at the beginning of the race, because that was kind of goofy. Loading back in. You guys are just tuning in. I've just been just kind of doing a recap of the race that I just did at Darlington. Got a 3rd place finish, which felt good. So here we go. Now, early in this race, we had this discussion between the 4 and the 14. So here was the 4, and the 14 pulls off, and so that's going to be the 15 and the 4 are going to get black flagged.
14's going to give us a black flag
for that. The 1 smartly hangs back, and he ends
14,
up
you got to get up here. You're going to give everyone
racing
a
up
black flag.
and getting a 5th place finish out of it. It's important to know the rules. Look at how the 1 handles this situation here versus the 4. The 1 stays behind him, as instructed.
14, you got to get up here. You're going to give everyone a black flag.
And goes by on the outside after the restart. The 4 instead is talking to him and ends up getting a black flag himself because he's not paying attention.
Yeah, my right's already ruined because
yes, the 14 should have gotten up there. But again, the 4 had ample opportunity to avoid this being a bigger problem for him. He could have started back there right in
You
front
gotta
of
get up here. You're
the
gonna
one
give everyone a black flag.
and gone around on the outside.
Kind of stop real quick to see everyone's white.
So that was right on the start,
Hey, sorry.
and that did cause a couple guys to get a black flag. So
First right signal.
bad on the 14 for doing that, but
Yeah, my right.
bad on the 4 for not paying attention. You got to have situational awareness at every point in the race. Rapal, I'm done for the night. I'm just going to wrap this up and then go to bed, man. So thank you for watching. It was great good racing with you, man. Really appreciate that. So the big one that I want to show is I want to showcase this final lap. And kudos to the 6 because I had a pretty good advantage heading into this last lap.
Hold your line.
Yeah, real smart.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And
Rob.
right through 3 and 4,
Good one, Ninja. Good race, guys.
I just was too cautious. Here comes the 6. Barely got him at the line, so I did just enough to hold him off. But that was
Race, guys.
really close there.
Good one, Ninja.
This
Good
again.
race, guys.
Right there, side by side, coming to the line. Gonna turn that off. And get a little screen cap of that. That was pretty cool. 3rd place by a nose. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. I'm going to sign off for the night. I'll do a better stream tomorrow. I've only got a half day at work tomorrow, hopefully. So I'll do a bit longer stream tomorrow. But thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. If you don't already do it, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/John_A_Theodore, and subscribe to me on YouTube, youtube.com/C/John Theodore. Thank you much. Peace out. All right.